Hi friends, let's take a look at Link. Now, Link has been doing this thing here for the longest time in terms, which is called consolidating. You've heard of that term before. And what have we got in terms of like just a little area just now that we've been focused on for the last however many days here is that yellow line going sideways. What is that yellow line, Rocky? Well, that is the 236 of Fibonacci retracement from the highs to the lows. This body to body measured in there, and we want to see the prices go above 41,000 so that we can start to feel a bit more bullish on it, with the proviso that we would have this downward sloping trend line, which we could come up to as a part of creating lower highs. So we first off, if we did get above this area and we're looking to be really bullish, I'd look up to that 50,000. Interim areas along the way, quite obviously, are things like 42,689 to the penny. No, but anyway, as a zone really where that 50% is, then you've got and then you can kind of like undoing this Fibonacci retracement, which is the one that we've actually been operating on for this sort of downward price action, where we turned around at the 786, and that's kind of what we want to see towards the, going up the way. And let's just see if we wanted to draw in a Fibonacci retracement again to go Fibonacci mad. I'm moving off of the Bitcoin prices in just a second, so bear with me. Just drawing one in again here, then you can see that the 236 again is coming in right at that same area. And there's, it's by no means a coincidence, that these things are lining up overall. That's just maths for you. And really, that's part of this whole function of it consolidating. The only reason that these things are out by a little bit is because this is a little bit higher and a little bit lower and all the rest of it across the board. And that's consolidation for you. So really, we're just looking towards certain key areas. And let's try and get above on the 24-hour time frame, the 21 moving average up there at 41,500, the 382 Fibonacci retracement, and this 50 moving average, let's call it 43,000, and things like that. Those would be good targets to have. Plenty of trading. You're looking at a 10% move in price there if you're to do that. So you should be happy enough taking profits in that level. Looking towards the downside in terms of support, 38,000 really at the minute is what we want to see maintained. Dropping down below there, 36,000 would be your target, and then on down below that, 32,000, and plenty of percentage moves to be had. I'm going to keep things really brief as I go over to the dollar prices and just analyze what we've been talking about for the longest period of time. If you can see here behind the mess, I'm not going to take the time to clean it, sorry. You can see that there's this upward sloping trend line, and if we take away this here, I want to see us being able to move above that and into this area. Two things kind of happen at once. If you look here, as being a sort of shoulder, a head, and a shoulder. If we put the drawings back on, you'll recognize that shouldery head, shoulder thing. I don't know if that looks like a shoulder or not, actually. Kind of a bit skeptical about that one now. It's a bit questionable. No, not the pattern is just maybe a bit of a rude drawing. That's all I meant. Yes. So anyway, is this little rude drawing that I've got on here, and the measured move, drawing in here, going down the sort of the Japs eye territory of this thing. If it was a head and shoulders, it would take you all the way down to $3, So we won't want to see the prices breaking down below 270. That's or 370. That's our current sort of risk management line towards the downside. That's where the 21 moving average is coming in at the 24-hour time frame. Going down below 357 or 360, if you want to call it that, where the neckline is of this head and shoulders. You'd really want to be kind of considering what you're doing at that point, because breakouts below there, of course, there could be fake outs and failed head and shoulders patterns, but we know about this up here at 387. So there's the prices would have moved already 30 cents for that point, and of course everybody has different levels that they sort of manage their risk at and everything else. Worth bearing in mind, this head and shoulders thing, you could actually try and play it from the neckline down the way if you were looking to do so. Offering up a relatively low trade. I'm not a financial advisor, no, it's financial advice in there at 358 to manage your risk. Again, if you were shorting it in terms of managing your risk and it being a failed pattern. That's going to do for us today. Overall, we have this upward slope here on the oscillators, which is good to see happening during this period. But we're really looking at that crunch area. The sort of really is coming up now to $4. As the days go on, this is sloping up. This represents how this is coming up to the $4 now. We really do see it going up there and touch our head and go on up above beforehand and try and break out of this generally consolidating period by having higher highs and higher lows in. And this is the high that I'm looking to be higher than it. Thanks so much for tuning in. That's going to do today. Thank you very much. I think it's a pretty good episode. I tried to be brief, but I covered everything that needs to be covered. And I'll catch you in the next episode. Of course, remember, share this video with a friend if you've got one that you think would like it. If you've made it through here and you're thinking, oh my God, he's speaking way too quickly, play it again, but do it at 7.75% speed and all the rest of it. I watch watch almost all the videos I watch on YouTube at 1.25 or whatever because the rest of the world speaks too slowly. I'm just programmed differently. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. Thank you very much for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Join the Discord. There's a link down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know you watched the video. And like I say, watch the Bitcoin video today. It's a very, very good video in my opinion. Of course, I reserve the right to change that